Hey, what is going on YouTube? Mike here from Team Y. And so a few months ago, we took a look at the Poco F7 Pro, which was one of the more impressive mid-range smartphones that I think we've gotten this year. Now, it's part of a trio of smartphones which include the Poco F7 Ultra as well as the standard Poco F7, all of which include different Snapdragon chipsets and some differences in terms of hardware specifications. Now, the Poco F7 Pro does offer decent specs at an affordable price, and for this one, I just want to take another look at the Poco F7 Pro. Now, I will link some of our other Xiaomi videos in the description below, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so one of the biggest highlights of the Poco F7 Pro is undoubtedly its performance. Now, it does come with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, which is a flagship smartphone chip that we've seen in a ton of different high-end smartphones a year ago. It also comes with 12GB of RAM, which makes for a very ideal combo if you're looking for a performance-oriented smartphone. And yeah, Xiaomi has pretty much marketed the Poco F7 series with an emphasis on gaming and overall raw power. And as you can expect, it does manage to breeze through games and apps, and it was capable of handling all the games that I usually play. It does tend to get warm after maybe 20 or 30 minutes of gameplay, but in my experience, it doesn't really get hot to the point that it's uncomfortable to hold. And yeah, mostly the warmth is manageable here with the Poco F7 Pro, and for both everyday usage, for day-to-day tasks and apps, it will have no problem keeping up. Now, this also ties into the Poco F7 Pro's battery. It does come with a pretty large 6000 mAh battery, although it does come with a different capacity in certain regions, but for this one, we do have the 6000 mAh version. And yeah, in terms of general use, it has no trouble lasting an entire day, and you can even push it to maybe a day and a half if you're more of a moderate or casual user. Speaking from personal use, I don't get any battery anxiety with this phone, unlike with my Pixel phones, so I do have some reservations with the battery endurance on the Google Pixel smartphones, but with the Poco F7 Pro, it's been smooth sailing for me. Like, I know my battery will be able to last until nighttime, even if I throw some games on there, some camera and data use, GPS navigation and stuff like that. It's a pretty impressive smartphone. Now, it does lack wireless charging, however, so if this is a feature that you really must have on your smartphone, then of course you're gonna want to look for something else. Alright, so another major highlight of the phone is its display. Now, it does come with a pretty large display at 6.67 inches. And yeah, ever since I've gotten the phone, I tend to use it as I would a tablet. It's got a pretty sharp resolution, and it does get really bright even under direct sunlight. So yeah, it's perfect for content consumption. It also helps that the bezels are pretty slim, so it doesn't really give the appearance of a cheap smartphone. And the display also features a built-in ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which is crazy fast, and is pretty accurate for the most part, although it should be noted that the display is more on the narrow side, so if you're a fan of taller displays, then this might be right up your alley, which is something to note with the Poco F7 Pro. Now, moving on, one area of consideration that I do have with the Poco F7 Pro is when it comes to its cameras. Now, it's not the most versatile smartphone in terms of camera hardware. You're not getting a telephoto lens here. For the main camera, you do get a 50 megapixel lens in addition to a rather low resolution 8 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, and there's a 20 megapixel selfie camera in front. Now, the camera hardware in combination with the 8 Gen 3 does manage to churn out some generally good looking photos. A lot of them do lean towards warmer tones in overall colors, although I do think that pictures shot on the ultra-wide lens leave much to be desired. That's not to say that the camera is horrible. Again, photos in general turn out pretty good on this one, so it all boils down to personal preference in terms of photography. And finally, for software, we do have HyperOS running on top of Android, and as with most Xiaomi phones, you do get a ton of pre-installed software on the Poco F7 Pro, so bloatware might be an issue for some users out there who prefer a cleaner and leaner approach to Android. In that case, you might want to go for a Google Pixel phone instead. And it should be noted that not all additional apps on the Poco F7 Pro can be uninstalled unless you're really willing to go the distance and just root your phone. With that said though, it's generally smooth in my experience. I don't really get any stutters when navigating through the user interface, and you get lots of customization with HyperOS, so everything from your themes, your wallpapers, your fonts, your ringtones can be customized, and even your gestures and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one thing I've always appreciated about HyperOS. So it's a discussion of how much customization you need versus all the pre-installed software that you get on the phone. Alright, so to sum things up, the Poco F7 shines thanks to a combination of really affordable pricing alongside impressive hardware and performance. I do think that it's a nice in-between choice versus the regular Poco F7 and the F7 Ultra. And while there are some considerations such as the bloated software interface and some issues with the camera hardware and performance, you're generally getting a great device with this phone, especially if you're someone who prioritizes raw performance in gaming, battery life, as well as a very capable display. So yeah, if those are things that are on the top of your list, then you'll definitely want to check out the Poco F7 Pro. Alright guys, so that does it for this quick video. Let me know what you think about this smartphone in the comments below. Are you planning on getting one, or do you already have one with you? Don't forget to check out our other videos here on TeamViewer Y. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.